are we in the beginning stages of a bull run? It's your boy Soap Guys TV, Millie. I'm back with another one. Thirsty Thursday, family. How y'all shaking? Let me know in the comments, family. Is this the beginning of a bull cycle, or is this a fake out? One of the greatest fake outs in bull traps of all time. And be sure to check out the links in the description. We just updated the Patreon on some super degen plays, so if you're into that, check out the links in the description. That also will be available. Also, family, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneurs. So let's talk about it, family. We got a lot of news on the macro. It seems like the macro it's been like that shadow that's been holding us back. You know what I'm saying? That hater in the hood that just don't want to see us succeed, family. All right, so let's get into, what we're looking at. Okay, that's what we're looking at. So a lot of people are predicting that we could potentially be in the beginning of a bull cycle. As you can see, each bull cycle started the same way, eerily similar here, family. So I want you guys also to keep that in mind, that Bitcoin has been holding up pretty strong. Ethereum looks like it wants to break out, but every time we get some type of momentum, it seems like the macro environment kind of dwindles that momentum to the downside. So we'll just have to see how Bitcoin reacts to this news here, family, with the oil. So what I'm seeing here, family, because this could possibly be the bull traps of all bull traps, mighty bull traps. Are we in a recession? Feel free to leave your comment in the opinion. So oil steadied on Thursday and remained on track for a third weekly gain as further production cuts targeted by the OPEC and a drop in the U.S. oil inventories overshadow fears of global economy growth. So not only are a lot of these countries moving away from the dollar, but you can see here they're actually teaming up. Look at all this. Iraq decides to start a voluntary oil production cut. Kuwait, they joined it. Oman say, hey, I want to be on the team. The UAE to lower oil production voluntary by 144,000 BPD. So starting at the end of May of 2023. So we're actually starting to see a lot of these countries, man, coming together, teaming up against the U.S. in various different avenues. It seems to be a war of economy, a war for power. It doesn't seem to be, it's not like one of those wars where, people get, dying and nothing like that. But, maybe people die of stress, man, because of this macro environment and this economy making the traditional market and the crypto markets kind of like struggle from entering that bull cycle. But, a lot of this, we faced a lot of, should I say, FUD and fear, into 2020 with the whole CV19, right? It was a lot of fear, and a lot of people thought it was the end game for Bitcoin and crypto. I mean, it just dropped. I think Bitcoin dropped to almost like 4K at one point, and everybody thought it was the end. And then we seen this parabolic run from the cryptocurrency space. So let me give you a little insight on why this could still affect the crypto space in a positive way. So the recent decision by the OPEC, so it's a group of countries that run this whole oil industry here. It says the recent decision by the OPEC to cut oil production is likely to have a positive effect on oil prices, as it will reduce the global supply of oil. When the supply of oil decreases and demands remain constant or increases, it can lead to higher prices for oil and related products. This in turn can have an inflationary effect on the US dollar, and you can actually see the dollar starting to rise. I mean, this thing was headed towards 100. Now we're actually seeing the dollar here rise. Let me zoom in for you guys, sitting here at 102. So it seems to be pretty spot on, right? When which is interesting, right? But this is the thing. Even though this could be inflationary, because it says this in turn can have an inflationary effect on the U.S. economy, it seems like these countries are working to push inflation back up to stifle that innovation here in the U.S. with cryptocurrency. It's like they know exactly what they're doing. They're like, okay, we're seeing that the U.S. is very strict on these crypto laws. They're trying to tame this inflation. Let's cut this oil production, make it more expensive for the U.S. Because the increase of producing and transporting goods, which will cause inflation to go higher, even in the midst of J Powell trying to cut the inflation. But family, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It says higher oil prices could lead to increased inflation, which can reduce the purchasing power of fiat currencies like the US dollar. If investors perceive that the fiat currency holdings are losing value due to inflation, they may be more inclined to seek alternative investments such as Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies that are perceived as more resistant to inflation. So remember a few months ago, family, when I was like, Bitcoin crypto has to prove itself. And it seems like that's what's happening, because a lot of people are flocking from the US dollar and flocking into digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, and more importantly, Bitcoin. That's why it's always good to have a nice little percentage in your portfolio of Bitcoin. Secondly, the increase in oil prices could lead to a decrease in economic activity in some sectors, which could impact the broader financial markets. In times of economic uncertainty, some investors may look to invest in safe haven assets such as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a way to protect their wealth, family. So never let the FUD kind of trick you out of your bag, because what these wealthy people are doing is they're starting to understand that this could possibly be a hedge to inflation. Everybody's starting to understand the true definition of Bitcoin crypto and what it was created for, and that's to be an hedge to inflation. I remember I was reading an article back in the day, and they said back in the day that everybody had to turn their gold into the Fed at one point. That was crazy, man. Let me know if you were alive in those times and how it was to be able to, to be forced to turn your gold in. But with Bitcoin crypto, nothing's physical, so you can't be forced to do anything. It's truly financial freedom and financial sovereignty. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. We are getting a correction inside the crypto space, 27.8 for Bitcoin, and I believe Ethereum also is suffering a correction. We did check out the US dollar, DXY. You can see this thing back to rising, family. And I came across this. The US national debt has gone from 6.5 trillion in March 2003 to 31 trillion by March 2023. That's literally a 4.8x increase in 20 years. So, we're swimming in debt. You're hearing the average person complain about food prices, struggling with credit card debt, car loans, a lot of car loans defaulting. So, the potential for a recession is there, but you also got to understand there's a potential for a bull cycle even in the midst of this debt crisis. Right here, this is why the level of the U.S. national debt is a concerning trend. It is only one factor among many that can influence the performance of cryptocurrency market. For example, COVID-19, we talked about it. The pandemic led to a significant uncertainty in the economy, which was fueled interest in alternative investments such as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So everybody remembers 2020. Everybody thought it was the end of the world, kind of like the who's that Y2K in 2000. They said all the lights was going to turn off. That's the same thing. Everybody's going to turn into zombies. Everybody thought it was the end of the world. But what we seen was fueled interest into alternative investments such as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and a lot of millionaires were born, a lot of millionaires were spawned, minted, and in 2020 to 2022, a lot of people's lives were changed through cryptocurrency. So just keep that in mind whenever the FUD tries to take over you, because again, this is what they do. They try to FUD us out our bags. We have to stay resilient and persistent and stuck to our goals, dreams, and aspirations. People who don't plan to fail. Some investors may view cryptocurrencies as a potential hedge against inflation. So we cover that. So even though we're getting a lot of this negativity in the macro environment, there is still a light at the end of the tunnel. I want you guys to keep in mind. You can see here, man, look, they pulled up the Paris headquarters, taken over by protesters. They pulled up the BlackRock Paris headquarters, man. This is crazy. Look at these people. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it don't get to that point out here in the US, but you're starting to see this across the country. I think we first seen this in China, right? And now this is a whole nother country that's going through civil unrest because of the banking crisis. People want to be in control of their own finances. Nobody is trying to be, controlled here by the government. This is a land of freedom and a land of capitalism, and let's keep it that way. But you're actually starting to see the macro environment effects start to affect country by country. And that's why they say this inflation, these federal rate hikes, they are a lagging indicator. All right, the pain hasn't yet came, family. So, it's no rush to ape in none of these projects. In fact, I've been a little bit more in cash. I closed some of my short-term Degen deals. I'll let y'all know actually in the Patreon if that's something that you subscribe to. But the pain can still be on the way, man. Inflation is a lagging indicator. The federal rate hikes are a lagging indicator, and we'll just have to see how everything plays out. Let me know in the comments, do you think that we could potentially have a bull run this year, or will it be closer to the halving cycle in 2024? Because, when it's all said and done, we're about a year out from the Bitcoin halving cycle. So I want you guys to actually keep that in mind when putting together your portfolio. Looking at the CME Fed Watch tool, it's 27 more days to the FOMC meeting. Now, we do have a CPI reading on the 14th. And also, I believe like the date for taxes, self-employed taxes, I believe is 18th. So we could start to see a little bit of sell-off as people start to ramp up on paying their taxes, et cetera, et cetera. That usually is what happened going into tax season, as people, look to knock out the taxes. It's funny, I was reading a tweet. It said in 2022, 90% of the people didn't do their crypto taxes, which is unreal, family. Last year I did mine. I did mine. I don't play with them boys over there because they ain't playing when they come. But yeah, 27 days into the FOMC meeting. Keep that in mind. We could get a little bit of relief. The market is starting to price in a 58% chance of a pause, which is positive. And Wall Street here, Bank of America feels like inflation will drop dramatically towards the end of 2023. So that's also positive. So a lot of mixed vibes inside the market, especially the traditional market. You can see here Charlie Bellio in the market drop some market expectations. Again, a lot of people are saying in May we get a pause, June we get a pause, and then by July the market is starting to price in a 25 BPS cut. Now this is what we're waiting for right here, family. We're waiting for the cut because when we see the cut, it's about a 50-50 chance that when we see the cut we drop first. The S&P usually drops when we get the cut. It signals that we could possibly be entering a recession. So this could be the 2020 moment, the CV19 2020 moment when we get that cut. It's been a lot of people feel like, oh, when we get the cut we instantly go straight up. It doesn't work like that, family. When we get the cut, signals that we could be possibly in a recession. So you will see first the traditional market, S&P, Dow crash, and hopefully we get some type of crypto crash, and a lot of opportunity will be born as far as the prices. So I'm looking forward to July to see how this actually works out. A lot of people feel like the market is being a little bit too optimistic and the Fed is being a little bit too pessimistic. So maybe they break something again. Many people think the banking crisis are not over. I know a lot of banks now are docking cryptocurrency plays. So let me know in the comments if your bank has been blocking your cryptocurrency play. So we also got the war on crypto, SEC first crypto. I want you guys to keep that in mind. And you can see that the traditional markets look like they want to still open up in the green. So even in the midst of all this negativity and FUD we talked about today, a lot of strength in the market, because I think we got like a cool job market. A lot of people losing their jobs. A lot of job openings are not available, which is bullish for the market, as again it signals that the economy is kind of loosening up, and that's what the market wants to see, because they want to know that Jay Powell and the Fed are doing their job by taming the inflation. Check out the rest of the channel. I will be dropping videos throughout the day, vlogging as I do my work, because I'm usually working throughout the day, but I'll try to do a vlog video throughout the day. We'll keep an eye on the open interest and drop some videos on the strongest cryptocurrency markets. We also keep an eye on the VIX. I would like to see the VIX drop anywhere between 16 and lower to say that we're confirmed in a bull run. So we keep an eye on that. And family, most importantly, the Tether dominance here is sitting at 6.7%, which is very interesting, because a year ago the Tether dominance was at 3.84%. So look at the difference of people that are in stable coins now to the difference a whole year ago. That's literally a 3% difference, a 76% change, family, from last year. So many people at the end of the day had their money involved in these cryptocurrencies, and we seen the stable coin dominance at about 3%. Now this could also mean that, hey, it's more people also joining crypto. So keep that in mind. But I would like to see the tether dominance somewhere around 5 to 3%. We want to get this lower, kind of like it was a year ago. So we'll be looking at all of this stuff, family. Keep that in mind. Check out the rest of the channel. Let me know in the comments, is this a bull trap? Is this a bear trap? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Do we have the momentum to possibly have a bull run in the next crypto winter? It's your boy SoapGods TV. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, and appreciate everybody that showed up. I'm out.